and welcome back. So here was the file that we uploaded last time, and now we're going to increase the complexity of this file, and we're going to learn some new things. Now, we've said before, the top half of the file here, we define things. Then in the setup loop, we set things up to happen once. Then in the void loop, which our void loop is only short, it's only, only a few lines. But you can see here, we are coding in here, display set text size 2. Now imagine this void loop was thousands of lines long. If we hard coded this information, like this figure 2, in these thousands of lines, and we then wanted to change the text size to say 3, it would take us ages. Even with find, copy and replace the number 2, it would take us ages to find that. So what we should do, instead of defining the figure 2 here, up here where we're defining things, we should define what they call an integer, which if we change it here, it would actually change it in the code down here. So let me close this. And here we are with our new code. So not only are we now defining some stuff here, we're defining these integers. In this code, we're adding in a scrolling message. In our last video, we had some basic text on the screen. So now we're upping our game because I like to do complex things. So you can see here, we are defining a scroll speed, and we're saying the scroll speed is equal to 3. Here, where I believe it is character message, and we're saying the message, this bit here, is equal to hello world, we are now scrolling. Here is an integer. Now integer is a whole number, and we're saying we want to reserve a small x and min big X to store some values later on in the program. Here we're saying integer called text size 2 equals 2, integer text size 1 equals 1, integer delay underscore 1 equals 1,000. Now 1,000 milliseconds is equal to 1 second, and integer delay 2 equals 2,000, which equals 2 seconds. So this bit is the same we had in our last code. This is the same. Remember, this is the wire declaration we had to add for our PCB because it's wired substandard. This is going to show the Adafruit splash screen. This is displaying the splash screen, delaying it and clearing it. This is displaying the pixels in the corners. Now you see here we've changed this section, so we've now got display text size equals in bracket text size 2, and what text size 2 equals, if we scroll back here, is text size 2 equals 2. So where we are here, so this will read text size equals 2. This is all the same, this is all the same. Then we're changing text size down to text size 1, which equals 1. So you can see by changing a couple of values at the beginning of the program, when we get very deep within a program, now we're obviously not, we're very shallow in ours because we've only just started. But if you were thousands of lines deep, which, these people make thousands of lines of code, you can see we're defining values up here, and if we change them here, they automatically change values within the code, and that's such a powerful thing. So then we are going to clear the display like we've done before, and here we've got a delay 2 or delay underscore 2, which equals 2, which is 2 seconds, and here we delay for 1, which is 1 second. So again, we define them up here. So we only have to change these values here. Now if we change that 1000 to 5000, it will wait for 5 seconds, and if we change the 2000 to 10,000, it will wait for 10 seconds. So you can see it's very powerful that if you set your initial values at the top, you know where they are, they're at the top of the program, and if you name them correctly, it's very easy to change values deep within your program. So let's just go back down the bottom. So this is going to do exactly the same as we had before, then it's going to clear. Now this is a new function here, so we're going to set the text size to 2. This is a new command that I've learned. Display text wrap, set text wrap to false, and what that does, it will make sure the text appears all in one line. X equals display width. Now we've already set at the top display width to, where are we, 128 there. So this is a little bit of code. So min x, and we reserve the value at the top of the program, min x to hold a value. So min x now is going to equal minus 12 times the character length, I believe this is, of the message. And if we look here, it's minus 12 times 32, because that's the number of characters in our message, which is 384. Let's just scroll across. And there's 6 pixels per character. So if we times that by 32 and then times it by 2, because that's the font size we're using, that gives us the figure. And we'll see something appear in the serial monitor, which allows us to work the maths out. Now this is a debug routine that I wrote, and this will give us some figures in the serial monitor, and basically that allows us to see what's happening down here. So this is display clear, set where the cursor is, so that's 15x, 50y, set the text size to 2, because that's what defined above, set the cursor at x, and the x value changes. So this is the part that makes the text appear that it's scrolling, because the x value is going to change. As you see here, the x value is getting larger by a figure of 3 on every loop. So basically what we're doing, we're printing some text on the screen, clearing the screen very quickly, reprinting the screen with the same text 3 pixels further along to the left, waiting a time, and then doing it all over again. So every time we print the text, it stays there, we delete the text, we then move the text along by 3 characters, and we reprint the message. So it looks like it's scrolling. It's fantastic. When you realise how it works, it's really brilliant. So here then we're saying print the message. This is the scroll speed here, so saying x equals x minus scroll speed, and we define the scroll speed at the top, and I said it was 3, and then if x is less than x min, then x display the width. So this means it will loop around until x is no longer less than x min, and then it will clear display and start again. Now it's probably easier if I show you it working, so I'm going to hopefully upload this code. So again, same board, same COM port. There we go, it's connecting to COM port. And if you look down at the screen, you get the Adafruit flash screen for 2 seconds. We get the standard hello, and now we get the interesting bit, the hello world. I'm scrolling some text, I think it says. I think that was the message was. And that's it. So that's 2 great things we've learnt here. Firstly, where are we? This bit of text here and this bit of text here is taught us how to scroll text. We've learnt now how to define integers to accept values here. So we're saying the integer x and min x, we want to reserve some memory space for allowing them later on to take some values. And here we've said that integer text size 2 equals 2, and we've used that further down. So let me just, while we're here, let's just change this to something ridiculous. Let's say 10 scroll speed, and I'm just going to upload that again, and we should see the Adafruit splash screen come up, stay for 2 seconds, clear, the standard text come up, which will be hello world, and then some small text beneath it, and then the scrolling text should be really fast, or faster. You can see look at that, that's fast. Okay, and that's just going to keep scrolling round and round and round and round. Now let's go, let's do ridiculous. Let's go 30 and quickly upload the code and see what that does. I mean, it will go so fast you can probably not read it. I mean, and this is a good thing, that when you're using these integer type values up here, where you're defining what you're going to use further down in the code, it's very easy. Look at that. That's so fast you can hardly read it. I must set that back to 3 and upload the code so you can read it properly. So you can see how little advances in knowledge allows you to have a much easier life. Instead of, if we had coded it the old way, where we had a delay figure further down in the code, where we said we want to delay 1000 and 2000, instead of changing them, all you do is change it up here. You know exactly where the figures are, you change them, upload it, and it automatically changes it in the code. So that's some fantastic stuff that we've learned. So in the next video, we're going to plug in the sensor here, and we're going to get a reading off the sensor onto the screen, because we now know how to control the text on the screen. We know we can change the text size. Okay, we've only used 1 and 2 of the fonts of the sizes, but that's big enough for what we need. But all we got to do now is learn how to get the information off the temperature and humidity sensor, and we're going to get some sensible readings. Then all we've got to do is learn how to get the Wi-Fi working. So it will connect to our Wi-Fi internally in our house, and once we've done that, then we're going to learn how to publish the data to our smartphone. Then we're going to learn, in another video obviously, how we're going to publish that data into our smart home applications like Home Assistant. And that's what I'm driving towards. I want to place 2 or 3 of these around in my house to record temperature and humidity. So I've started off very basic, and I'm growing my knowledge with you slowly, so we understand what we're doing. But when I first got this module, I was very disheartened because I couldn't make the damn thing work. But I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving coding this damn thing. And for $11 I think I paid for it, I've had so much heartache at the beginning, don't get me wrong, because it's a learning curve. But I'm sharing my knowledge with you guys. So you can just plug in your device get it working, because it is so rewarding getting a mini computer, because this is what it is, doing exactly what you want to do. And it's even better when you understand how to do it. I'm no expert, don't get me wrong, you know, I'm scratching at the surface here and I'm learning as I go on, but these videos are going to keep building and building and building until we get a fully working MQTT, and there's another buzzword, and that's part of Home Assistant. It's being able to link this board, publish the data wirelessly into another database, get Home Assistant, which is the controlling program of all your Internet of Things gadgets where you're publishing data. You can get graphs on there. That's where I'm going. You know, I'm so excited about this project. You know, for $11 product, it set me on the right road finally, and now I can make it do what I'm asking to do. I'm even happier. So guys, that's it. That's Andy signing out. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers for now.